What key lesson or insight within the Art of Impossible book took you the longest to learn?
The Art of Impossible is a book about going big. And one of the last lesson that I learned in the book is that not going big, or not rising to our full potential, is actually bad for us. That was the most surprising thing. But in stitching all the neurobiology together and just looking at it, I started to realize, because I'm not an expert in trauma and I'm not an expert in depression. These are not things where I spend a lot of time. But Heidi Williams, who many of you know, said some stuff that challenged me on my knowledge of trauma. So I got it under the hood and did some reading. And I think Brent might have gotten in my face about depression somewhere along the line. And I decided to learn more than I knew. And so I started looking at these causes, and you start to realize that, the way I explain it is, we'll talk about motivation for a second. There are 5 big intrinsic motivators. We've talked about them, right? There's curiosity, passion, purpose, autonomy, and mastery. And by the way, if you get all 5 of those right, they're all flow triggers, right? You get more flow. So there are 8 major causes of depression in the world today. And these are well-known and well-established. 2 of them that are the most famous are genetics and trauma. And it turns out when you look under the hood, genetics is never 100% responsible for anxiety or depression, right? It's always only 50% of the equation. It's never 100% of the equation. There's very rarely somebody who just can't make enough serotonin. It's I can't make enough serotonin and X, Y, and Z happened kind of thing. And then you look at trauma, and the vast majority of the time, trauma doesn't lead to post-traumatic stress disorder or anxiety or any of those things. It leads to post-traumatic growth, right? It's the Hemingway quote, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward many are stronger at the broken places." But it's really many. Like, many are stronger at the broken places. Very rarely does it go in the other direction. When you look at the other 6 causes of depression and anxiety, and mind you, these are the 2 largest mental health plagues we've ever seen in the history of the universe, right? Somebody's killing themselves once every 12 seconds. 1 out of 10 adults is going to be depressed or anxious over the next year. This is insane. It's the largest drain on our healthcare budget. Huge numbers. What are the other 6 causes? They're literally not using our performance biology the way it's been designed to use. Lack of meaningful work is one of the number 1 causes of depression in the world. What does that really mean? Work that doesn't make me curious, that's not aligned with my passion, that's not aligned with my values and my purpose, that I don't have the autonomy to pursue in a way that's interesting to me, and doesn't offer the opportunity for mastery to get better at the things I want to get better at, and bonus, doesn't produce flow. That's literally under the hood, lack of meaningful work. Lack of meaningful values is another one. What does that mean? It means you didn't bother to turn curiosity into passion and passion into purpose. Like, literally, not going big is bad for us. And again, I like to always point out, like, none of this shit is new information. Brent brought up Maslow earlier. Maslow said famously, whatever a person can be, they must be. And he was saying the exact same thing, right? We are designed to rise to our full potential. We're capable of so much more than we know, and we are designed to stretch towards that capacity. And if we don't do it, we pay the price in literally in misery, as far as I can tell.
If what you've heard on Flow Research Collective Radio has been helpful, please consider doing us a solid and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to this. Reviews help us connect to a wider audience so we can get these peak performance principles out to more people.